Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Vince and I post on this channel every single week, posting about options trading, teaching you guys some option trading strategies, as well as showing you some of my trades and recapping all of them here on the channel. So if you want to learn more about options, if you're just getting into it, then make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. So as an options trader, I try to remind myself as well as the Discord members that taking profits when you have them, not being greedy, and proper risk management are three of the most important things to be a profitable trader. Now, unfortunately, we are all humans, and sometimes there is a lack of judgment. Now, on Friday, I was trading Facebook calls up over 100% in less than an hour, and the excitement really got to my head. I had proper risk management, which is why I'm still in the trade and can handle a current loss, but unfortunately, I did get greedy and I did not take my profits. Now, thankfully, some of the members took profits near high of day on that call, so I'm very happy to see that they traded this better than me. So in today's video, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and break down my Facebook trade, show you how it went wrong, where I should have got out of that trade due to technical analysis that I really did overlook. I hope that this video helps you guys learn how not to be greedy, how to take those profits when you have them, so that you guys can become more profitable into the future. If you guys look down at that subscriber count down below, you can see that we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, and if you've been around on the channel, you know that I gave away a really nice prize for 5,000 subscribers. If you want to make sure to be around for that 10,000 subscriber giveaway, make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, press that bell notification so that you guys get alerted when I go ahead and announce that giveaway. Alright guys, so what we're going to go ahead and do is dive into the charts. I'll show you where I got into this Facebook call, where I went ahead and added to the position, and in hindsight, it was definitely not the right decision, but judging yourself on hindsight is not that smart of a thing to do. I'll show you where I called this out in the Discord chat, and then we'll do some technical analysis on Facebook and look at where I could have managed the trade better. I strongly believe that going back to your previous trades, breaking them down and learning from them is a great practice to have if you want to be profitable into the future. Alright guys, so I have the Facebook chart pulled up as well as the option that I'm currently holding pulled up. So let's go ahead and break this down. So on the right side here, I have Facebook. This is Friday and this is Thursday. This is the 1 minute chart. And then I have the option that I'm currently holding, which is an August 21st 285 call. So first things first, let's go ahead and show you where I went into this trade. So pulling up each trade here, right here you can see the Facebook call. It's August 21st, 285 calls. That's month year, so August 2020. I have two contracts and I'm currently down 24%. I have $570 in the position, which is a small percent of my portfolio, so the risk management is still good here. So first entry was right here on Facebook, and it was at 9:53 a.m. at $2.71 per contract. So 9:53 a.m., which is right here. I have it mapped out here on the candle. That's where I went ahead and got in first. Now, the reason why I got in here, let's go ahead and break that down. So this line that you see right here is the yesterday high on Facebook. So if we zoom back out, we can see that the high was just around 257. I'm going to call it 257. We did break it a little bit here, but we really just hit 257 and started to find some resistance. So if we zoom back in to Friday's chart, what we can see is that Facebook fell, it broke through it and fell back to 257 and found some really nice support here. So I saw the support at yesterday's high and a bounce off that, and I was looking to get into this trade because of that strong support. Tech was also moving higher, so I was comfortable getting into Facebook here. So if we see, we had a small pullback here, and then we had a nice big green candle going for the high of day, and that's when I went ahead and got into this trade. So if we zoom into Friday and we look at the option over here, this is right around where I got into the option at $2.71. We can see that option went all the way up to $7.22 just around 11 a.m. So over 200% here on the Facebook calls, extremely fast. I did call out this trade in the Discord. If I pull it up here and I go to Desi Trades, which is where all of my trades are, we can see that I called it out right here on Friday, small starter position on Facebook, the 271s that I bought it at, August 21st, 285 calls. So we had some members get into this. If I go to the gains section, we can see that they actually took profits, not like me. Unfortunately, I did not take my profits, which is, why we're going over this in the video. So $345 here, a 93% gain. That's awesome. We had another 74% gain. We had another member scalp it for $75. And we had another Facebook right here, $620, 43% gain. So congratulations to those guys. If you guys want to join the Discord, I put all of my trades in here as I take them. And we also have some other people putting their trades in here as well. Overall, a great community. It's going to be the first link in the description below. But back into this trade, what we can see, we got a nice bounce through high of day, and I was holding this call throughout this, gain right here. We at no point made lower lows. If we zoom into this uptrend, we at no point made lower lows. We continued to make little, small dips here, which were actually really great buying opportunities. Here, another small dip here for a buying opportunity. But as you guys can see, right around here, around $278, we started to get a little bit of a downturn. Now, if we do some technical analysis, we can see where this trend started to break and where I probably should have got out of this trade. So if we zoom out and we go into where we started the downturn, what we can see here is that Facebook had a nice uptrend here that ended up breaking. So right here we have a nice little uptrend, right? And it didn't really break through that. So we can see this candle, big red, continued down, and we broke that uptrend. We started to stair step down, and we had no signs of making higher lows. So here's a lower low, here's another lower low, and another lower low right around here at the VWAP line. So we continue to stair step down. And at this point, when we were falling down, I didn't want to get out of the trade while we were falling. I don't like to do that in panic sell. I was waiting to see how we would perform here at the VWAP line. So we did bounce here a few times. You can see one bounce right here, another bounce right here, but ultimately we fell right through it. Now, the ultimate bearish sign here, which I talk about a lot with the Discord members, is a breakthrough VWAP, a retry, and then a breakdown lower. So we can see we broke the VWAP here on this big red candle. We tried to retest it right here, and then we failed it once again, and we made a lower low. So you can see this was the previous low, and this was the next low. It's a lower low. That's a bearish confirmation. I was still holding this because tech was still performing decently well. Facebook was outperforming, and I thought that I could hold this for a potential end of day run up. Now, obviously, that was definitely not the right sign. It was definitely not the right call, and I got stuck bag holding this. So if we go throughout into the rest of the day, what we can see is we had a nice bullish sign here. We had an inverse head and shoulders. So here's a shoulder, here's the head, and here's another shoulder. That's an inverse head and shoulders, which is somewhat of a bearish or a bullish sign, I'm sorry. So we had a inverse there. We had a nice spike through the VWAP, and this is where I regretfully added to my position. I thought that this would be a nice reversal point, and Facebook would try to continue higher throughout the rest of the day. So what we can see is that if I pull up my trade confirmations, I went ahead and added to this position at 12:41 p.m. for $4.80. So right around here, 12:41 was right here on the option. And then over here on the chart, if I go ahead and map that out, 12:41 was right here on this, on this bounce off a little bit of a retest. So we can see, let me zoom back out a little bit here. So we can see where I added this position. We got through the VWAP, we fell a little bit, and we started to bounce again. So my mindset here was that we fell, and this might be a nice buying opportunity for a continue higher. Now, obviously, it was not. We found some really strong resistance here at 275, and we fell right off of that. At this point, it was a August 21st expiration, so I have some time on the contract. I don't have much in the position, so I'm okay holding this. I still think Facebook is bullish over a little bit of a time, maybe over the next week or two. So I did hold this. So you can see it fell, it bounced, and it fell, and just sort of continued to stair step down throughout the day. We found some support here around 265, which is the same support that we mapped out in the beginning of the day at yesterday's high. So that is still a nice, bullish sign in my mind. If we zoom out, what we can see, this was yesterday's high. It, sort of got overextended throughout the day. You could have taken profits here, which I should have, and just got out of this trade. But if I was willing to swing this, I wanted it to stay above yesterday's high, and that's exactly what it did. So you can see right here, resistance turns into support all along this area right here, and we held that, into Friday's close. So I'm holding this up over the weekend. I'm still in the position. My small position size is making me willing to hold this. Now, if I put, overextended myself, put, a few $1,000s in this position, it would be more of an uncomfortable hold. I would be risking way too much for my account size. But due to me just having $500 in this position, I'm willing to hold it. But what we can see, if we look at this in hindsight, the technicals definitely showed a bearish sign. We had a break here, we had lower lows, we had a fail of the VWAP here, we had a breakthrough and another fail of the VWAP, and overall, it just showed clearly that this was a downtrend throughout the rest of the day. Something that I was blind to during the day, something that my emotions started to get into play, and I was holding this position. So I think the main takeaway after looking at the chart there is that the technicals definitely told the story. We can see that around 10 to 11 o'clock, we started to lose momentum and started to make those lower lows in the market. Now, obviously, as I was holding this trade, I was not thinking correct. My emotions were definitely getting into play, and I was not reading the chart correctly. Looking at it in hindsight, at no point does it show that I should have held this trade. We were making lower lows, we were starting to decline, and I definitely should have went ahead and took my profits. Now, due to me having a small position size, due to the risk management being okay, as well as some time on the contract, which I talked to you guys quite a bit about, I'm okay holding this for a potential bounce into the next week. We can also see that we held that high of day from Thursday, which is a nice support area. So at this point, my plan with the trade is to hold it closer to expiration, maybe another few days, hoping that we get a nice tech bounce into next week. If not, I have $500 in the position. It's a small percent of my portfolio, and due to the risk management strategy that I have, I'm 100% okay taking a total loss on this trade. I highly recommend implementing a similar risk management strategy so that you guys can take trades without any type of real fear of losing. If you're putting in a small amount of money, which can turn to a lot by making 200, 300% gains, which you saw that I was up on Facebook, you can make small amounts of money turn into quite a bit. I hope that this video gives you guys some insight there on Facebook, showing that clear reversal intraday where you wanted to go ahead and get out of the trade. I also hope that it shows you guys how I trade these options. I use the risk management strategy of putting a small amount of money into these positions and only risking a small amount of my portfolio. I like to have a little bit of time on the contract so that I can hold these trades into the next day, hoping that they turn around and get profitable. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.